Hello everybody, Conelanders here, and welcome back to the Conelanders Dirt Rally League. This time we are in the kit cars, which we will be choosing right now. Obviously I did the kit cars in the career mode, but these cars have gotten a physics update since then. There may have been a weird noise there as my cat jumped off the chair. And the Peugeot is the car that I chose last time. I actually gave the Seat a little bit of a test drive to see if I liked it, and it ends up that I don't really like the way it drives. I prefer the, I believe, longer wheelbase of the Peugeot. It has a little bit more of a gradual oversteer, versus this guy is a little bit on the snappier side. Tighter courses like Greece, I could see the Seat being the choice. I hope I'm saying Seat right. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going with the Peugeot. I like this livery a lot too, so that helped out my choice. That's what we're going with. Fiddle with your bits, then shake down before an event. Well, I do believe that we can actually do that now. That is now an option. Thank you, Codemasters, for fixing the leagues. So we can now do vehicle setups. We can fiddle with our bits, which is something that I like to do with this car, because I like a lot of rear brake bias on it. I prefer to use a heavy rear brake bias than the e-brake with this car. The handbrake just seems to work better. And with the suspension, I typically put even a little bit more camber than they use in the front on the default setup into it, and that helps it with those hairpins. Alright, little shakedown complete. I think I am ready to go. Gosh, that's a good looking car. I really like this car. I'd like to own one, but yeah, good luck finding one over here. And let's hold our handbrake. Going back to sequential shifting because that is what this car uses. Let it spin the tires for a while. One of my favorite parts of this car is that super high RPM limit, and then it makes a ton of power up the top. Makes for a very interesting, whoa, way to drive this car. That's not a good start at all. That's a terrible way to start. I just did a shakedown on this very section and didn't have any of that. Hairpins are very tricky with this thing. There's just a very certain way you have to do it, or it's either very slow, or you end up like I did, ending up basically stalling out. You lose too much forward momentum. But you gotta push it. You gotta push it to that very extreme. That's the part of this car that I love. Yeah, the hitting the ambulances. Gosh, that's just so much fun, isn't it? I mean, no, it's the ability to just hang it completely sideways and just mat the throttle to pull it around. Well, hopefully this is just my sloppiest stage and I clean it up from here. Whoa, just caught some air there, didn't I? Monaco is not my best location. However, if last month goes to show anything, I will finish basically in the same position in every event anyway, no matter how much I like it or not. And that position seems to be around the 15th to 20th place, which isn't bad considering how many people we've got competing. Sometimes upwards of 70. But I'd certainly like to get up into the gold ranks a little bit more this time around. I'd really like to get traditional points in one event. That would be cool, but unlikely. Alright, starting to get a handle for it now. It has been a while. I did very minimal practice. I did one stage of practice, basically. That wasn't even a stage that we're doing this month, or this event.
left 6.
because my confidence was boosted by the fact that I've driven this car so much. That was a mistake.
Into open hairpin left. Tightens.
But hopefully by the end of the event I'll
Into right
start to get a good feel for it again.
Into left 3.
So much wheel spin.
2 times to
I
1.
remember that about it. Lots of time
Left
spent
4 long 40.
banging against the limiter in it.
Turn right 4 to finish.
Can we do this flat? Nah, I lifted a little. Ew, that was not a great way to start the rally. 335 doesn't feel great. 10 seconds back doesn't sound bad, but in the grand scheme of things, probably is. We will continue and see just how bad a shape we're in. '19th, well, that's definitely between the 15th and 20th that I said we would be in. Oh, there is my closest competitor, I think. I want to beat Georgian. Georgian has done a lot to help us here in Conelanders. He's doing the point system. Just been overall very helpful for organizing some of the stuff here in Conelanders, making it a lot more fun. But he made a complaint about the stages I picked for Monaco, so I really want to beat him here just to rub in the fact that I think he was using that as an excuse for his pace. So that's my goal. We got to beat Georgian. Alright, this month we are going to have service areas at every stage, and apparently we have a bigger crew. We'll see here. Oh yes, we have a full crew now. So in the future, having the service areas everywhere, probably not necessary, but I think it probably makes it a little bit more fun for the newer people to Dirt Rally. And we're trying to keep this pretty casual and open to everybody. Setup-wise, I think I was happy. Maybe a little too far with the braking, but then again, I was starting to get more comfortable towards the end. This is the long stage. We're doing a short, a long, and a short this time. I believe this one has a little bit of a repeated section from the last time, so hopefully that will help us out.
5, 4,
Here we go.
2, 1, go. 150.
Starting in a little bit more of the asphalt area.
2, into left 2.
This is obviously a little bit more comfortable.
Into left 2 long crest.
This is probably the car you use first gear in the most out of all of the ones I've driven, which isn't
Left 5 long 170
isn't
crest.
that many really. Still a lot of cars in this game I've yet to drive.
Into open hairpin right.
But of all of them,
Into left
this car just loves first gear, probably because it winds out so far
to right 660.
and makes so much power in that 9 to 10 range.
Long crest.
It also just drives better.
Into right 3 long crest. Hairpin left.
Actually, somewhat trying to listen to driver calls a little bit more than I used to, or usually do, because I don't know these stages as well as some.
Into left 3 long 100. Hairpin right.
It felt pretty good though. A little too sideways on entry to that one.
Into right 4 long. Into left 2 long. Into right.
These
2
cars are so deceivingly fast.
Left 3 crest. And open hairpin left. Into right 3 long.
I don't really, it's been a while, I don't really notice too much change in the physics, to be honest.
And right 3 long.
If you accept the way a front-wheel drive car drives,
60.
oh, that was close. That was closer.
Into right 6, 60.
If you accept the way a front-wheel drive car drives, you can have a lot of fun with it as it slides and moves around.
Hairpin right opens.
If you constantly try to fight it
And left 4 continues
and try to drive it like a rear-wheel drive car or an all-wheel drive car,
into right.
you won't have much fun with it.
Don't cut, 40 narrow.
But if you take advantage
Over crest.
of the ability to pull the front end around with power,
150.
man, can you have fun with it. It's
Right
pretty
6,
unique experience.
over 100. Into hairpin left.
Wow, that's a fast entry to this.
60.
one of the things Georgian was saying is that these stages are all the uphill stages, which I get that. I mean, it's always more fun to go. Oh, get first. It's always more fun, I think, to do the downhills and the uphills, especially on a lower power car. And these cars not very high on torque, so you kind of got to convince them to pull up the hills. Gosh, that's fun. It just looks so wrong. It feels wrong as a driver to drive like that. But it's also so satisfying to be able to like turn the wheel, let off the gas, let the back come out, and then just point the nose with the power. Again, a little stall out that hairpin. The tighter hairpins are easier than the wider ones. Yeah, these wide ones are difficult. Oh, that little piece of guardrail's caught me in the past. I don't remember too much about Monaco, but I remember where it's killed me. This isn't feeling too familiar yet. I have a terrible memory though. How fast do we want to go here? Probably go a lot faster than that. Oh hey, there's that ambulance I hit before. At least I hit the guardrail instead of the ambulance this time. Apparently that's my trouble spot. So we're getting close to the snowy sections. Snowy sections are always very frustrating because it feels like you're going just so freaking slow. Even if you're doing all right, and it like tricks you into trying to go faster, but there's no grip for it. Like there, perfect example. All the wheel. Try to pull the front end around. One of the things that I now realize that makes the snow and ice so strange here is that we're not using spiked tires. Because this is such a mix of asphalt and snow, the spiked tires would just destroy themselves on the asphalt. So it's more of a traditional snow tire, like you would use on your all-season, kind of sedan setup. Because I know so much about driving in the snow. No, mostly I just learned from you guys. Hell, I didn't even know Finland was gravel till after I did it there. Or not Finland, Sweden. Yeah, Finland I know was gravel, but Sweden, I thought it was tarmac under that. Oh, how did that break the windshield? Come on. Yeah, I thought it was asphalt under that snow. It's gravel. But you use the spike tires there, and it's just a lot different. I don't know if I am faster, but I feel a lot more comfortable this run. Right, flat out, flat out, flat out, flat out. Yeah! Pitch over that nose. Although with the repair stations everywhere, I guess I could have just crashed it. 20 seconds back, but that's 20 seconds of a full stage. So hopefully that's better. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we're still ahead of Georgian. Oh yeah, we actually are now ahead of Nemades and closing it in on the top 10. Don't think it's gonna happen. It's like a 3-second gap. I would have to have an amazing last stage. Oh, well, I guess we should have known that, huh? But actually, it's really close at the top this time, which is cool. And there's still time left. You can knock him off. You could be the one to beat the one. Repair the vehicle. Oh, we did some damage there, didn't we? I'm glad we have more than one guy with duct tape here. And off we go. This one is more of a pure asphalt, so I'm hoping to do well.
3, 2, 1, go. Left 5
Good
close,
start.
3 past junction. Bump, keep in. Right 1 long, opens 100
Narrow.
over crest.
Narrow little start here.
Left 5 long, times to 460.
Yeah, I want to say if the Seat has any advantage, it's definitely that you can be a little bit more aggressive with it sideways in narrow areas. In real tight sections, I think it has an advantage. So I think the Peugeot just has a much more predictable handling characteristic to it. And that little extra power to pull it around places is fun. And honestly, I'd rather have more fun than be a little bit quicker. Boy, I'm loving it so far. On the asphalt here. So looking forward to Germany already. There's a mistake that turned out to work okay. I'll find my center though. I think that whole bump into the wall kind of negatively affected my time through the hairpins. But it could have been a lot worse. Do a lot of weird stuff with the wheel with this car. Stuff as an instructor I would be like, no, don't do that. But in a rally, it seems like the way you handle the wheel is much different. Force feedback with a front-wheel drive car is off-putting as well, because it goes from very light to very, very stiff in the same turn, just depending on power input. I can foresee Kurt making comments about the force feedback, saying that it's like all screwed up. But having autocrossed some front-wheel drive cars in my life, it's very much so like that. Just very numb steering input, and then all of a sudden, bounce it across the finish, huh? I lost a little time at the end there. Jet's very numb, and then all of a sudden, the wheel just gets super stiff and tight as you're under power. 7 seconds down, that's actually a lot better than I expected. Of course, it is a very short stage, so there's less time for me to lose time. Let's see if we did it. Let's see what we did. Up to 12th. Man, that's close. That is very close. I wish I could have done better. Just a couple less mistakes, and we could have been in that top 10. Now, granted, there's still a lot of people to get left to go, so whew, that's fun. I like the length of that, too. That's just long enough to get reacquainted with the car and everything. Next week, I think we have a little bit longer of an event planned. That was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. How many people have gone? Wow. 37? Nice. Oh, nope, there's more. It just hadn't found everybody yet. But on top, of course, it's Maestro, who is very, very closely followed by Gunces? I have no idea. And then Krampus, very tight up there at the top, all within 3 seconds. Still plenty of time to knock them off of there, or maybe that will be the podium for this event, who knows. But that's going to do it for this time. Thanks, as always, for watching. Thanks, everybody who's joining into Conelanders. Hope you're having fun, and I will see you next time.